the 1971 Bangladesh atrocities, 3 million civilians were killed and 400,000 women raped and tortured. However, many of the monsters responsible for these acts never even came close to court. And today's side proposition stands for a universal justice, that all nations have a moral duty to prosecute perpetrators of crime against humanity. So a few definitions for today's debate. The essence of today's debate is the idea of universal jurisdiction. Essentially, the principle that public international law, as codified by the International Criminal Court, can claim criminal jurisdiction over persons whose alleged crimes have been committed outside the boundaries of the prosecuting state. And the suspect may not even have to be present within courts for an investigation to begin. And an example where universal jurisdiction was carried out was that in the case of former Chilean President Pinochet, who was arrested in 1998 on torture charges in London at the request of a Spanish court. And this is a clear example of how a third party, one completely uninvolved with the crime, can successfully prosecute the perpetrator. Crimes against humanity is defined as the Rome Statute of the ICC has codified it, as acts that have been committed knowingly and willfully as part of a widespread systematic attack directed against a helpless civilian population. And examples of crimes against humanity are torture, mass rape, and genocide. So one important question that both sides have to remember for today: where do instances of crimes against humanity take place? The fact is they usually occur in countries experiencing civil war or absolute chaos, and who are under authoritarian regimes where the local government doesn't really care about human rights. And under these circumstances, it can take decades before a tribunal is set up, if one is set up at all. And this is what side proposition wants to prevent today. If the victimized country proves incapable of exacting justice, other legal bodies, whether they be another nation's courts or supranational bodies such as the ICC, may prosecute the criminal. However, local judiciary will take precedence over other legal bodies so long as they had the ability to conduct the trial fairly. So, on to my case on the yardstick for today's debate is essentially the side that can prove that they best facilitate justice shall be the side that wins. As the first speaker, I'll be speaking on the principle of universal justice, and secondly, how our side gives criminals no refuge to hide in. Giwi, our second speaker, will be speaking on how, firstly, we vilify the criminal and provide for closure for the victims, and secondly, on the weakness of our local courts.